Hi, it's Treasure. I want to share something with my channel today that I wrote 2 days ago about my experience being a nurse and coming in contact with people that are dying. I wrote it on my laptop while I was in class, but I don't want to carry my laptop to read, so I transferred it to my phone instead so I can read it off my phone. I've been a nurse for 2.5 years. I've taken care of people one day and the next day they were no more. Sometimes I wonder if I have become desensitized to death because of my job. I assisted another nurse one night with a patient that was watching TV at 8 p.m. and suddenly became unresponsive at 8:30 p.m. The patient had expressed prior to their passing that they did not want CPR performed on them. I helped the nurse with post-mortem care, which is basically cleaning the patient up, making them look presentable, putting them in a body bag before they go to the morgue. After that, at midnight, I ate my dinner from Hawaiian Bros like another night. There is something I have noticed when I interact with very ill people across all ages. They never talk about what they accomplished or what they owned. They were always quick to show me photos of their grandbabies or their cats and dogs or the hobbies they devoted years of their life to. They sometimes talk about their regrets in parenting, marriages, careers, and friendships. If you allow people, they will reveal what is most important to them in a matter of minutes, especially people with terminal conditions. Spending enough time with some of my patients made me realize that life is so meaningless. We are the ones that give it meaning. We are created with this blank canvas and we are handed a paintbrush to fill it with different colors. These colors are things, and these things could be relationships, our career, our interests, and so on. None of it matters. When you hear that diagnosis in the hospital, your world stops. When the doctor tells you that you are terminally ill, nothing else matters. The person that cut you off in traffic last week, that coworker who gets on your nerves, the parent you don't get along with, none of that matters when a timeline is put on your existence. And whether we accept it or not, there is a timeline. I think people, including myself, are afraid of death. We don't like to think of it or embrace it or accept it. We delay it for later, as if later will not come. Being African and Christian, I feel when people talk about death and it is not in reference to the elderly, it is a forbidden topic. There is a fear of untimely death. We pray against it. I truly understand it because I'm also afraid. But I think having the experience of talking to terminally ill people allowed me to see what acceptance of death looks like firsthand. When you know your life has a specific end date or year, you start to live, you care less about what people think, you pursue your dreams with all your might. If someone told you today that you had 1 year left to live, what are the things you would do immediately? What would you try to cross off your bucket list? And why are you waiting to do those things? Who do you want to speak to that you haven't spoken to? Where would you go? What would you do if you only had 365 days left on this earth? How full will your life be in that 1 year? Why wait? I hope you guys have a good day. I'm having a great day. I have to work tonight. Yay! Alright, bye.